Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff, as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right, we're gonna be doing a walk around on your 2019 Castaway by Palomino. This is a 77 MB. It's got a quad step, motorized step here. Here's where your spare tire drops down. There's a 3/4 inch socket to run that up and down. This has electric stabilizer jacks. There's a switch for docking lights on the front. This comes equipped with two 30-pound tanks and an auto changeover regulator. You can see the indicator on the side of the tank there. This little edge here points at which tank you're drawing from. This does have an auto changeover feature where you drop the indicator in the center and open up both valves on the tanks, and it will continue drawing from one tank until it's depleted and then automatically draw from the next. This is a LCI 3,500-pound tongue jack here. This has a docking light, 12-volt operation. Extend and retract. It has a manual crank here where you remove the rubber seal. Comes with the tool in the compartment. Dual battery box by Camco. This has two interstate marine grade batteries in here. They are not carefree. You have to check the distilled water levels at least every couple months, I would say. Make sure they're not depleted. That way they hold a proper charge. Here we got your tow chains and your 7-way pin connector. I always check for corrosion in here. Use some electrical contact cleaner to keep this nice and fresh. And then you got a breakaway cable for your electronic brakes on the camper. This is your safety breakaway, so when this cable is pulled while traveling, it will lock the brakes up, sending full 12-volt back to the rear axles. Here is your switch for your front stabilizer jacks. On your slide outs, you've got these rubber wiper seals that wipe all the excess water off as it's bringing it in and out. You want to make sure that you're spraying these at least yearly with a cleaner and conditioner. They sell that in the parts room. So they make that conditioner for the seals, and then right next to that they'll have the lubricant for the slide as well, so you can lubricate the ram here. It's a resistant against dirt and grime, so you won't have all that dirt and grime sucking up into your motor here and grinding against metal. Here's a storage compartment. Here's where your convenience package. You got your sewer hose, your adapter, another little adapter, a lock pin for the coupler, jack crank, and then another manual crank there. And a little bag to hold it all. It's got magnetic latches. Here is your wet bay. There is a light in here, a little button to push it on, so you're following the color coordinated diagram here. So for sanitizing, that's to sanitize the freshwater tank. Here's winterizing. That's for winterizing the lines with antifreeze. With the sanitizing, you'll buy a separate solution to run into the freshwater tank. This is the option for dry camping here. So after you've filled that freshwater tank, you're going to want to put the valves in that position and then activate the pump, and then you'll be able to draw water from that reservoir. And then for city water, you're on the right here. Make sure you pay attention to that. You're not hooking up on the wrong connection here. This is just for sanitizing and winterizing. This is your city water connection to fill your freshwater tank and to use running water continuously. You got all your satellite and auxiliary satellite and cable hookups here. 110 outlet. This has an inline filter as well. You've got your bypass here. So normal mode and bypassed. It says right there on the plate. Makes it easier to run your water heater. This is a tankless water heater. We'll get to that in a minute. You got your black valve and your gray here and an outside shower. Furthermore, you have a tank flush option on this coach here. So this is a tank flush for your blacks and your grays. This isn't just for black. So you'll need to make sure that you have all of your valves open when you're running that flush, because if you don't, the tanks will fill up all the way, and you don't want that. So you need to make sure that you're opening up your valve here, running it to a proper dump station. That way everything can be flushed and rinsed out. Here we have your Girard water heater. So you got to flip the switch on here, and then there's a controller inside the bathroom, which I'll show you later on in the video. Here's a little bleeder valve to get water out of the line. I'll turn that back on because you're going to need that in a minute. And then just above that we have your furnace exhaust and your freshwater drains right there as well. You've got another ice maker valve here. So this is the push and pull kind. So pull it out to close it, pushed in is open, so it's open currently. Down there you got another drain valve for a gray tank. These low points here hanging down are for your refrigerator to drain them for the ice maker. This is a 50 amp service unit. Comes with a 36-foot cord. And here's your rear electric stabilizer. Rocker switch is mounted on the bottom half of the J-wrap here. And then your rear ladder. You have to drop the tailgate down, and then you've got these mounting points to secure the ladder. Sewer hose storage in the rear bumper. You've got this manual crank override. That's what that extra jack's for, so you can manually bring those jacks up and down if they were to fail. You've got a LP quick connect here for a low pressure gas grill. This has a second awning on your slide out here. And here's your main awning. So this slide out here is called a Schwintek slide out. This is an aluminum brace here. You don't want to lubricate those ever. You can lubricate the seal, just make sure you're not lubricating these. The other slide outs you can from underneath. You've got another exterior plug here for 110. This does have keyless entry, so all that information will be inside your owner's packet. This does take batteries. As soon as you walk in the coach, you're gonna see right here is your fuse panel for your 110 breakers, which are conveniently all labeled for you, and then your 12-volt fuse panel. They put this little window in here because on that 12-volt side, when you blow a fuse, it'll light up red. You'll be able to see the fuse has been blown. And this has a one control option. You can scan here and download the app and control your entire unit from an application on your phone. So this is your one control smart touch. Here's your monitor panel. It's going to give you all your water levels and your black tank heater and your water pump control. And then you've got an option here to turn all the lights on and off, where you can select just the ones you want on. Here's your awning controls, awning 1 and 2. All your slide rooms. So this does slide down because you do have 5 slides here. So you'll have 5 controls. And that's about it for the one control. And you do have some manual switches here for awnings and slides. Battery hookup is required for slide rooms to run in and out. Here's your thermostat. So you're going to want to use system to cycle through the modes. So as soon as I hit it, it goes to cool, to heat, and then back off. And then you can set your temperature. You've got a 12-volt plug in here for USBs. Your microwave and stovetop. This does have a built-in igniter for the stovetop and for the oven pilot underneath. There's a light switch there. This is a residential LG refrigerator. This is inverter linear. Here's your ice maker. This does have a button on the very bottom. If I can find it here, I'll push and hold that. And it cycles the ice cube for you. So what it's going to do is drop down, and we're going to drop some ice probably. Maybe it's still in the process, but we got plenty of ice in there. TV and your 110 fireplace. Some lighting there. Sound bar. Fire extinguisher is always located by the exit. Here's your antenna to get better reception. You've got this trigger on the side and then you can rotate. This does have a standard smoke detector here on the ceiling. And then somewhere else in the coach, and I locate it, is your LP and carbon monoxide detector. So this is wired into the coach. This will detect LP gas leak and a carbon monoxide leak as well. And that's just for carbon monoxide. And then you have a air excel controller for a max air fan right above us. Big privacy door, like a hallway in here. You got your toilet and a sink in here, and this is where your water heater control is going to be. So when you're using this water heater, you got to make sure that you have that switch on the outside, or else you won't have power at all in here. In order to get it to work, it's an on-demand heater, so you have to have running water. And as soon as you turn the water on, and you turn this on, it's going to detect that the water's running. It'll detect that the water's running. You'll see a fan spinning. The fan will spin and then a flame will pop up. We're not currently hooked up to water. And then you'll see the temperature start rising up, and then you can set your temperature anywhere from 100 to 125 degrees. And then this is your GFCI outlet, so if you trip a breaker, you've reset it in the bathroom area. This is a Dometic toilet. This is porcelain. A nice shower area here with a skylight. This does have an extra light in here. And that about wraps up the video. Thanks for watching. Give us a call if you got any questions.